Hey boo, it's me. It's about 9:30 p.m. It's my bedtime. I really wanted to make this video to be super clear and transparent before I chicken out. So that's why I look kind of busted. My hair is damp because I showered and all my night creams are on and stuff. After I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go to bed. I just wanted to give an update on my anxiety. If you didn't see the video that I have referenced in other videos a million times, I will leave it down below. I had a video where I talked about being in a toxic workplace, leaving that toxic workplace, and like dealing with the anxiety and the fact that my old job was the trigger and cause. It was the first time I ever dealt with anxiety. You know, I was dealing with it in typical gay things like having a hard time to breathe because your chest feels so tight, feels like you're freaking dying, and not sleeping, not eating because like being so overwhelmed it's like you don't have an appetite, having multiple panic attacks a day, which is why I quit my job. And if you watch my video, you'll like my exact words were like, I quit and it was like I could finally breathe again. It was like a huge weight lifted off me. I haven't been this happy in a long time, which was all true, but I feel like looking back now that I made that video, it's very misleading because it's just me basically talking about how quitting a job and putting myself first was like the magic solution of getting rid of the anxiety, which in my defense I really thought that, and at the time it was very true, especially because I spoke to a therapist after I quit my job and she was even like, oh, you seem so much better, I don't think you have anxiety, like I think the situation fixed itself after you quit, which it did. And then she was like, I think you were just dealing with situational anxiety. So what I got out of that conversation was that, you know, this one situation was the cause of my anxiety, but I am not a person with anxiety. But boy, that doesn't seem to be true. Like I said, I was super happy, super relieved, and like the 3 weeks after I quit my job, I was living my best life, y'all. Like I felt so free, I felt so at peace. I was sleeping again, I was eating again, so much so that now I am dealing with quarantine weight gain, but that's a whole nother video. 3 weeks after I quit my job, I got a job offer because I was actively looking within those 3 weeks. Now I got the job offer, I signed it, and then there was still another 3 weeks until I actually started. So within me getting a job offer and me starting my position, there's 3 weeks in between. And in those 3 weeks, I was going through it. And I was really upset because I was like, why am I dealing with this again? I thought those days were over. But yeah, I didn't have any panic attacks. What was going on was that I just noticed myself feeling really anxious. There were days where like, yeah, my chest would close up and I had to tell myself like, you're going through anxiety, you're dealing with anxiety and it's okay. And I would go to sleep just anxious. Like I didn't want to go to sleep because every time I was about to close my eyes, it's just like I would feel super anxious. And then like clockwork, I would wake up at between like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Luckily, I wasn't working, so during like the day I would take a nap because I wasn't sleeping, and I was just like, what is going on? So the days I would get anxiety, my boyfriend would recommend to me to meditate, which I would. He kind of like introduced me to meditation. I would have never done it before. Not that I'm against it, just like didn't seem like something I would do because I am an overthinker, and like just meditation like seems so impossible because you have to like really quiet your mind. But he introduced me to that, and then I would do it on the days where like I was feeling anxious and like on the verge of having a panic attack. But luckily now I've been feeling like on top of it and I can manage it. But still, doing meditation on the days that I was feeling anxious, it just wasn't enough, which sucks, but I realized that I have to be really proactive about just being centered. I can't just like do things where it applies. I have to kind of change my life. So basically now I do things every day to feel centered and just try to manage me feeling anxious and overwhelmed and like overthinking all the time. I did make an active choice just to be proactive for my mental health and do things for myself that I think manage her. Okay, so these are really small things. That's the amazing thing. I have made changes in my life, but they're not big changes. So, well, one, when I do deal with anxiety, this is a tip that I learned from the therapist I spoke to, is, and like a counselor I spoke to, is that when you do deal with it, don't suppress it, don't try to push it away, just accept you're dealing with it. So when I do feel really anxious and I feel like it's going to escalate into a panic attack, I just tell myself that you're dealing with anxiety and it's okay. That's like one really small thing that like works wonders, because when I feel like it's gonna escalate into a panic attack, it's because like my breathing gets faster and then like I just can't breathe at all, and it's like I forget how to breathe. So to get on top of it, I really tell myself like, this is happening, you're being anxious right now, and that's fine. And then it helps me kind of like to remember to just like breathe normally, and just makes whatever I'm feeling anxious over so much smaller than it is. So that's like a really big tip, and it's so simple, it's free. Things I have changed to be super proactive in my daily life is, one, to meditate every day. So before I would do it on the days where like there was an instance where I was feeling super anxious and overwhelmed. I would just do it on those days, so it was like selective meditation. But I learned that it's something that has to be a part of my life now, just to help keep me centered and just have like a very peaceful perspective throughout my day. So in those 3 weeks when the anxiety felt really bad, I was meditating twice a day, when I woke up and then right before I went to sleep. But now that I've been able to manage it better and I have been busy, I don't have as much time, but I do meditate every morning. Like that's how I start my day. I wake up earlier than I have to just to make the time for it. And like I said earlier, meditation's hard for me because I'm an overthinker and I have trouble silencing my mind. So, and I'm a beginner. So what I do is literally just do it. Also, I can't sit still for shit. So what I do is just look up 10-minute meditations, super quick, but they're super helpful. So I just set aside 10 minutes every single day to do that for myself. And I do guided meditations on YouTube. There is a guided meditation for everything. Like when you're dealing with negativity in your life, like someone's giving you drama or whatever, there is a get rid of negative energy meditation. There's also like when you need to feel like you love yourself a little extra, there's a self-affirmation meditation, which I have been doing every day because it's just reminded me to feel grateful that I woke up today. So I really like that. I'll probably leave a link down below. So start your day with that. It's super awesome. And yeah, it just helps me put things into perspective, and just I start my day feeling at peace already. Another thing that I do is have a routine. Now if you see here, it says daily planner. So this is not like a 2020 to 2021 planner. It doesn't limit you by the year, where like when the year is up you have to throw it away because it's so useless. It's like literally it says day, month, and then like you write notes, your to-do list, whatever. I love this thing. I've been using it forever, and honestly I pretty much write the same thing every single day. There's like few differences, like one day I'll have do laundry, the next day I'll have do face mask, but basically in my routine it's just I wake up, I take pre-workout, and then I meditate, and then I work out, work 9 to 6, and then I like plan a meal, whatever. I like that, and it's been really helpful just to see my routine on paper, and then when I'm done I cross it out. That's super therapeutic to me. So yeah, having a routine is really, really important to me, because what I've noticed as a pattern personally for me is that a big trigger of my anxiety is the fear of like not knowing what to expect. When I dealt with anxiety for the first time and I was, you know, fighting with myself and like if I should quit my job or not, the main thing that was giving me anxiety is that I don't know what happens next if I do quit my job. Like, what's gonna happen to me? Like, nothing's guaranteed. And I think within the 3 weeks of me waiting to start my job, it was a role that I had no prior experience in, and then the anticipation was just building. So I think I was feeling really, really anxious because I just didn't know what to expect at this job. So having a routine really helps me, just because it feels like something I can be on top of, and like I know what to expect. Obviously, like life throws things at you, but I like having a routine just because it feels like it is something I can control and like plan out. So it gives me a lot of reassurance that there's one aspect in my life that is a constant, which is my routine. I do other small things, like I now make my bed every morning. I never made my bed because I honestly didn't see a point in making your bed, but I decided to do it because I read that like making your bed just makes you feel more productive and more put together. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And now it's like I just love making my bed. It is so weird because like it's like my mom would have to beg me to make my bed and I still wouldn't do it, and she'd get so mad at me, and I like didn't even care. It does make you feel more productive. It makes you, just puts you in a positive mindset looking at your clean bed, because you do feel more put together. So I make my bed every morning. That's another small thing I do. As for the sleeping, that a big thing for me is that like I would wake up from 3 to 5 a.m. like freaking clockwork. And I think because of the meditation and just being more relaxed, I haven't been doing that. I just get really, really bad dreams now. I've been having a bad dream. It's either a nightmare or a stressful dream every night since I stopped waking up in the middle of the night. So it's like, I think it's like the worry's still there, but it's a big improvement, because honestly I'd rather have really bad dreams than wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to go back to sleep. So there's that. But before I go to sleep, I drink this well-rested tea from Trader Joe's. I honestly don't know if it does anything, but I try to drink this every night. Maybe it's a placebo, I don't know, but it's this herbal tea. And like there are some nights I drink it and some nights I don't. On those nights that I don't, my dreams are like really, really, really bad and really, really stressful. So I like to drink this because I feel like it does make me more relaxed when I do go to sleep. I think my focus is just doing little things for myself that's gonna keep me centered. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to do it every single day, but I just learned that I have to, because it's for myself. Like, I'm doing it for myself. You know, you just have to make the choices and prioritize things you do for yourself, and like make time for it. I wake up at 6 a.m. so I can have time to meditate and make my bed. Before, when I was working from home, I would wake up like 30 minutes before I had to start work, but now it's like I start at 9 and I wake up at 6 a.m. and I don't have to drive anywhere. It's like literally I just have to walk like upstairs. But that's pretty much it. Luckily, I've been feeling way better. But then again, I said I do things every day to help me feel centered. So I hope this helps, and that it's just me being super transparent about my anxiety. And thanks for watching. Bye, boo.